Okay, here we have a senior 2. This is the heart. We said that in this video I will going to explain the parts of the heart. We will going to divide the heart into two parts. The left side which has the oxygenated blood, and the right side which have the deoxygenated blood. The oxygenated blood is the blood rich in oxygen. The deoxygenated blood is the blood which is rich in carbon dioxide. Let's take a keyword: artery, pump the blood out of the heart. Vein, receive the blood inside the heart. So artery out, vein in. Artery out, vein in. The word pulmonary, it means lung. رئوي. Pulmonary, it means lung. As we said before, we will divide the heart transversely. It means transversely يعني بالطول كده into two sides. There we have 4 rooms. The upper room are called atrium, left atrium, right atrium. The lower rooms are called ventricle, left ventricle and right ventricle. Okay, we can name we can say يعني instead of atria, it's the plural, atria or auricles. Okay, we can say atria or auricles. In each side there is an artery and vein. Example, in the left side, the artery here is called aorta and it's the biggest artery. The vein here is called pulmonary vein. In the right side also there is an artery and a vein. The artery here is called pulmonary artery and the vein here is superior and inferior vena. It means vein, cava, it means cavity. It is the biggest vein found in the body, in the heart. Okay? And also we have in each side valve. Valve يعني صمام. Valve, it means صمام. طيب let's together كده يا ولاد. Let's together take each side in detail and explain it. خدوا قاعدة يا ولاد إن في كلمة pulmonary موجودة، واحدة في الليفت وواحدة في الرايت، مرة artery ومرة vein. طيب let's start with the left side. As we said, the artery here is called aorta. This is the aorta. Aorta is the biggest artery and it has a very thick wall. As it pumps the blood, it receives the blood from the ventricle. When the ventricle contracts, okay, the blood will going to pass from the aorta to all the body cell, as we are going to explain now. Okay, fine. This is the artery. This is the artery which is in the left side and it's called aorta. Also in the left side we have a vein. A vein is called pulmonary vein. We said pulmonary, it means lung. Okay, type. What's about in the right side? Also we have an artery called pulmonary artery and a vein, as we said, superior and inferior vena cava. If you recognize that the wall of the two ventricles, the wall of the two lower chamber, two lower room, this wall, if you see, it is thicker than the wall in the two upper room, which is the atria. Why? Because the ventricle contracts. Contract, it means the ventricle بتنقبض من هنا, so that it will push the blood to the artery here. It will contract to push the blood to the pulmonary artery, while the atrium receives the blood only, as we're going to see now. Okay, fine. What's about the valve? We have a valve in the right side and a valve in the we have the valve in right side and valve in the left side. We will going to take this kind of valve, which is called bicuspid valve. Bi, it means two. It consists of two flaps. Bicuspid valve, it consists of two flaps. Flaps, they are made of fiber that allow the blood to pass from atrium to ventricle and then close, so that the blood won't return back into the other side. So the bicuspid valve, it's found in the left side, which allow the blood to pass from atrium to ventricle and not in the opposite direction. There is another valve related to the aorta. It's called aortic valve. As you see here, it has a semi-lunar valve. Semi-lunar يعني الشكل الهلالي. It's called semi-lunar valve. Okay? طيب, this is for the left side. For the right side, we have tricuspid valve. Tricuspid valve. The tricuspid valve in the right side, tricuspid valve, it consists of 3 flaps. Okay, and also we have something called pulmonary artery valve and it's semilunar. Semilunar, it means برضو هي نصف هلالي. Okay, So these are the kind of valve found in the right side. Okay, semilunar, it means قلنا نصف هلال. Now let's study together. Let's study together a passage of blood, how the blood move in the heart. يعني we're going to take later the circulations, how it moves. The systematic circulation is the biggest circulation, the pulmonary circulation, the hepatic, many kinds of circulation. But at the beginning of explaining this part, I like to explain how this heart works, how this hollow muscle, hollow it means empty muscle, beat and never stop beating until the end of the life. It distributes the blood in all our body. Okay, let's كده show. I'm going to take another color. For example, the green. At the beginning, when a person inhale air, inhale it means, I don't know whether it's this color up here. I'll take the dark green. Okay. When a person inhale the air, inhale it means he took inside his lung oxygen. We said vein in, artery out. So the oxygen, it came from the lung to the blood now contain oxygen. It will go from the pulmonary vein. Pulmonary قلنا رئوي. vein كلمة vein قلنا معناها ايه؟ معناها in، يعني بتدخل الدم in. It will pass from the left ventricle. Okay, as you see here, it will pass from the left ventricle. It will pass from the left atrium up to the left ventricle, and then what will happen to the bicuspid valve? It will close so that the blood won't return in the opposite direction from the ventricle to the atrium, and then the blood will going to move like this from the aorta. It will move like this from the aorta. It will rotate here, passing from the aorta, passing by the semilunar valve or the aortic valve. Okay, so let's say this the rays in green again. Let's see the rays in green again. As you see here, this is the lung. Okay, this is the lung. When a person inhale air, he took oxygen. So the blood rich in oxygen will pass and enter the heart through the pulmonary vein from the left atrium to the left ventricle. When this bicuspid valve or mitral valve, it's called bicapsid or mitral, close, okay, and then the blood will going to rotate here in the heart, go out from the aorta, and the semilunar aortic valve will close so that the blood won't go back to the ventricle. When the ventricle يعني detect here or follow the passage of blood، نتتبع سريان الدم دخل من البلمونري vein الرئوي ده vein in، دخل على الاتريوم، دخل على الايه، على الفنتريكل انقبض، فدفع الدم للايه، دفع الدم ليه، عشان كده الفنتريكل الوول بتاعه قلنا ان هي سميكه، فدفع الدم للايه، للاورتا، and then the aorta will push it to all the body cell as we're going to see now. Okay, so now what will happen that we said here that the aorta, as you see here, the aorta will push the blood like this to all the body, up and down. It will push the blood to all the body up and down. The aorta will push the blood to all the body up and down. طيب, when the oxygen reach the body cell, it means there is a kind of burning of food or respiration. The respiration. طب what happened after this? In the respiration process, we know that we take oxygen and carbon dioxide is the result of the respiration. Now the blood is rich with carbon dioxide coming from the body cell. It will enter from the superior vena cava. Superior, it means when it comes from the head or the upper part, or the inferior vena cava. It will reach the right atrium. From the right atrium, it will go back to the right ventricle, and then the tricuspid valve will close so that the blood won't return back in the opposite direction. But what will happen after that? What will happen after that? That the blood will rotate again, pass to the pulmonary artery, and the pulmonary artery will pump the blood rich in carbon dioxide to the lung. Okay, and then the person will exhale the air. Okay, so let's see what happened again in the let's see what happened again in the right side. We said that when a person breathes, take oxygen and give out carbon dioxide, and then the blood rich in carbon dioxide will enter the heart through the superior and inferior vena cava. يعني الفين العلوي أكبر veins في الجسم. If it receives the blood from the upper parts of the body, it will go from the superior vena cava. From the lower part of the body, it will go from the inferior vena cava, and then it passes from the right atrium to the right ventricle. The tricuspid valve will close, rotate again to pass to the pulmonary artery and go to the lung to exhale the air outside. Okay, this is the explanation of the first part of the heart. Before we were going to explain the heartbeat, I wish you were going to study it very good, and if you have any question, just ask me. Bye bye, senior 2.